Hello there, fellow summoners. Mad Dog HT here, and a few weeks ago I finished my exploration in Necropolis, and while I streamed my first path, I didn't stream anything else, um, but I did record some fights, and basically some of the non-Aegon ones I'm going to be sharing just because everybody's seen Aegon go in and smash crap and whatnot. So one of my staples in every path that I took was Dr. Doom. He handles some fights really well, very simple. And while mine is rank 5, ascended, max sig, all that stuff, you can see that at the start of this fight, I only had like the little 10% attack boost and a 15% health boost, and the 15% health boost really doesn't do anything. While I did my Necropolis pass, I pretty much only tried to use the tiny boost that you would get out of the Supreme Solo crystals, and I probably could have opened, not probably, I could have opened up a lot more to get like 20% boost and stuff like that, but I was just pretty stingy with what I was using. So just keep that in mind. While this Doom is ascended, which is basically like a 22% attack boost, you can easily get more attack with a rank 5 Doom and being boosted with like a 15% attack and then like a 20% attack boost, or ideally 30% attack boost. And you can get some 20% attack. But anyways, with all that said, Doom is really solid in Necropolis just by the fact that he can Doom cycle pretty much constantly. The timer is obviously paused in the special 3s. You are throwing a lot of specials, so the timer is paused quite a bit while you're cycling. And so you can see here I've not really even gotten into a Doom cycle. I really wasn't sure how I was going to approach this fight. But you can see with the indestructible buff that Tigra gets when she runs at you, that really helps with the control and like the pace of this fight when it's used properly, with max MD. So I have max MD 5 out of 5. I'm sure 4 out of 5 would work pretty well as 2. Anything less, I just don't recommend. I recommend max MD like all the time. It's a great mastery. But besides that point, you can see I'm going to start to just Doom cycle Tigra. And the nice thing is Tigra basically never throws any specials. So I know Tigra's special 2 can be a menace to some. It basically crosses the whole playing field and then some. It's unblockable, and like when you get to the point where you're rooted, it makes it even more difficult and stressful to basically not get hit and wrecked on. But you can see I can just keep cycling and cycling and cycling these special 3s, and I just come out of it doing a medium, light, medium, triple light, double medium, and then special 1, and then I'm holding my block to prevent her from using a special, and then every so often I'm using my relic to add time to the Necropolis timer. And you can see there I just totally mess up my cycle. And the one thing that this doesn't have going for it, it's not very fun, but in the same aspect, I don't think using Aegon in Necropolis is very fun and enjoyable. Just because it's like the same thing over and over and over again. You know, after a few minutes, it gets really, really monotonous and boring. But you can see like the Doom cycle, it just totally controls this fight without even thinking. And so, you know, you do get to a point where yeah, at least like my brain starts to turn to mush a little bit. You're like, what am I doing again? What's this? Sometimes you get kind of disoriented just because it's just the same thing over and over and over again. So just keep that in mind. But I take off, I believe, 40% on this run, and I'm gonna mess up somewhere in here fairly soon. But there's plenty of time on the clock and plenty of damage to basically two-shot. Now Doom isn't going to be soloing really anybody in Necropolis. His damage is pretty good, but unless you're throwing off the special 2s with the double furies quite frequently and still continually to get back up to special 3, which it is possible, but this just kind of throws out any stress. It's just the same thing over and over again. Yeah, so like right here she goes passive. I think we end up dying somewhere in here. We lose the double furies, which is kind of sad. I think we end up messing up coming out of this. But you can see like this fight was no stress whatsoever. We don't have to worry about anything really. I mean, we just keep throwing the special 1, holding the block, getting to special 3. Oh yeah, so right there I messed up on just some of the inputs to keep cycling proper, which happens. But there we go. So we took off like 40%. Not too bad, and it was very, very simple, very easy. I know I've had some buddies in my alliance and some friends that used to be in my alliance. They've asked about this fight and like how to do it, and they're having issues with Aegon because if she has her blue sense up and you throw a medium, it's like a 50% chance to miss. Well, guess what? Once that blue sense falls off, it never comes back with Doom, and you don't have to worry about any of that stuff. So, yeah, so there we go. We took off 43%. Easily could have taken off 50+%, especially if I was boosted a little bit more. Plus, that was my first run at it. And here, so all of the senses are off. So now I'm not going to get the crazy ruptures. And boom, we're off to the races again. So if anything, bigger boost would help. Maybe even like a Mystic 8 to 12% boost could be helpful. Obviously, you don't need the power backs because that's really not going to do anything, and it's not going to really help with the Doom cycle. It's not needed, but you can just take this girl out with the Doom cycle on repeat. I'm not going to really stick around for much else of this. I think I end up messing up when she's around 20% or so. But yeah, so Doom can pretty easily two-shot this, getting like 50% plus off on each go with the right boost, and just constantly Doom cycling. Whether you throw off some special 2s here and there, you can. You do have to get some power back and whatnot to keep the cycle going. But with that indestructible, if you have max MD, it should really help to do that. So anyways, this is just to give you an idea of what Doom can do against, a really crappy fight for some, if you're using like Aegon or whatnot. And obviously Doom can take Airwalker. I'm not sure if I have any footage of Airwalker recorded, but basically Doom can do the same thing and two-shot Airwalker. Could he solo? Maybe, depending on if you throw off some special 2s and if you're bigger boosted. But I really didn't ever put on many boosts when I was running Necropolis, and You can call me crazy for that because it is kind of crazy, but that's just how I did it. But yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy, and you can watch this play out, getting up a couple hundred hits in the combo meter, and just smoking this Tigra left and right, watching this special 3 animation over and over. And the one thing, I do have the skip 3 animation, which is helpful, but sometimes I feel like when you're just doing this on repeat, it's kind of not as helpful. I feel like I would get in a better rhythm and get like a breather sometimes. And granted, you can just not hit the skip button, but it just becomes like this habit going through. And every once in a while, I think I mess up the doom rotation from that. But yeah, so here I threw a special 2, and I think with the relic and everything, you can get back to special 3. But I think I am gonna lose my Furies. So that's kind of the price you pay. You lose the Furies, but get the Fury incinerate damage. I'm not really sure which is better, or if you can throw the special 2 and get enough power to get back to special 3 before the Furies fall off. I'm sure it's possible. But yeah, that's gonna be it for me. Enjoy it. There's another like 4 minutes of this. And thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.